Cleveland Browns at the Seattle Seahawks. We're on to the 4 o'clocks here. The Seahawks are favored by 3.5 against the 4-2 Browns. PJ Walker.
Yeah. No Deshaun Watson. PJ.
Yeah, PJ Walker's getting the start again because obviously Deshaun Watson did a little bit too much sleeper stretch, ruined his arm again. So we have PJ Walker who, won his first start and then last week led a fourth quarter comeback.
Yeah.
And apparently Jim Irsay came out and said, the NFL told him they blew it. So it's put an asterisk next to it. Tyler's not here, but asterisk for the Browns. Win last week. But PJ Walker right now the lowest graded quarterback in the NFL, which means he might be due for a 90 grade here because that's what he did last year. Remember, they played a game last year where he didn't complete a pass that beyond the line of scrimmage. Like a literal game where he couldn't complete a pass beyond the line of scrimmage, and 2 weeks later came back and was just 6 big-time throws. So anytime, you never know. Could happen.
Yeah, could. I don't know that it will. Yeah, I mean, the Deshaun Watson thing is kind of weird, but he appears to be hurt at the moment, genuinely. PJ and a quarterback, I mean, that's a difficult thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Watson probably wasn't 100%, went out there and played, took a couple hits, is even lower than whatever percentage he was at before. And it's like, all right, let's just make sure that we get healthy. I'm assuming that's what's happening.
On a high level thing, it's not a particularly unusual situation. Like, guy gets hurt, guy tries to come back a little bit early, guy gets hurt again, it's worse. It's more how they've framed the whole thing for every step of the process that's weird. Like, it's not just the basic step-by-step facts of how this thing worked fits in with a lot of injuries in the NFL. It's more that there's been this report constantly that he's been medically cleared and weeks ago and yada yada, whereas actually he has been properly injured and he hasn't been ready to go. And he's not just, it's not a pain thing only. He's actually, there's like weakness involved in the shoulder as well as pain. Like, he's hurt, he's injured. So he probably shouldn't have been out there at any point, and he never should have been cleared, whatever the hell that actually means, because he wasn't ready to go back in the game because he's injured. And now he's re-injured, and you're stuck with this weird spot where we're like, what the hell is going on with this thing? Because all the reports have been saying he's been good to go for like a month. It's a strange, I don't understand how that part of it became such a relevant factor. But anyway, he's out and PJ's in, and that means the Browns offense is probably going to struggle.
Against a Seattle defense that has, I believe, our number 1 graded corner right now in Devin Witherspoon.
Dude's awesome.
I know this because I was doing my weekly Seattle radio hit, and apparently that was like front page news on one of the local newspapers that we have Witherspoon as the number 1 corner. Devin Witherspoon is the guy that brings everybody together. Nobody doesn't love Devin Witherspoon. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves Devin Witherspoon.
Well, no, because it's not like he was the consensus number 1 corner.
But everybody loves watching him play. Everybody, the same way Pete Carroll loves describing his level of play and the way he hits and the way he anticipates, and just a baller and a playmaker, and he's showing it on the field so far. It is intriguing, though. Like, Tariq Woolen has just a 60 grade on the other side after having his impressive rookie season, and we kind of tried to warn our own selves coming into the year that, hey, sometimes that stuff will fluctuate, and maybe last year's grade was interception heavy and big play heavy. No interceptions this year for Tariq Woolen, but he's still a good player as well, and that makes it difficult going up against this Seattle secondary now, the way with those different types of body types and the way Witherspoon in particular is playing.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing fantastically. Like, he is a great corner so far. He was a great prospect, and he's one of those fun players that looks exactly the same in the NFL as he did in college. Doesn't always happen, but when it does, it seems so simple. Like, this was always there. How was this not obvious to everybody that this guy was a star? It's just fun when you see that immediately translate, and that's what he's doing. He's still a big hitter. He still plays with great anticipation. He's got great sort of stop-start acceleration movement skills. He's just the total package so far.
So I think matchups to watch here, of course, the Browns pass rush has been dominant this year. Number 1 pass rush in the NFL. We know that the team-centric metrics around the Browns are all outstanding, despite whatever happened last week. A couple big plays there. I mean, to me, that's going to be the story of the game. Not to oversimplify, but 2 weeks ago, we said maybe there were some plays to be made against the Browns defense. They weren't made. Last week, there were plays to be made against the Browns defense. They were made. They gave up a ton of points. But at the end of the day, Myles Garrett is still unstoppable, on pace to crush the best pass rush grade we've ever given for an edge defender. All of the guys that they signed to help him, Darius Smith and Dalvin Tomlinson, they're playing well as well. And they should have success against the Seattle offensive line.
Yeah, big
Seattle's
test.
given up a lot of pressure, but not a massive sack rate for Geno Smith.
Right. Big test for those offensive tackles for the Seahawks. Like, number one, they've been injured and haven't played all season, so you're dealing with that. But Charles Cross, when he's been out there, has played pretty well as a pass blocker. He's only given up 6 hurries on 104 pass blocking snaps. Abraham Lucas has played well, but he's only played 1 game. Can those guys actually block Myles Garrett? Because nobody else has so far this season.
All right, man. Seattle by 3.5 against the Browns. Looking forward to this game.
I'm going to go Seattle because I don't have a ton of confidence in PJ. Never have, never will.
I'm going to take Cleveland, buying into their pass rush, and PJ Walker not being the lowest graded quarterback in the NFL anymore. The 2 lowest graded quarterbacks above a relatively decent sample size, though, are the Browns' 2 backups, PJ Walker and DTR.
If you assume that your basic piece of logic here appears to be that PJ should not be the lowest.
He won't grade at 28 again.
He should not be the lowest graded quarterback in the NFL over a period of time. Where should he be?
Like, if he just puts up a 50 grade this week, they'll be competitive.
But your point seems to be suggesting that, like,
over time he might be the worst.
He's out of place as the worst quarterback in the league at the moment.
Because he had like 2 good games last year, and it's in him.
When you go to the page, the quarterback rankings page in PFF, Premium Stats 2.0, and you sort just quarterbacks, and you don't put a filter on it, and it's defaulted to just 50. You still need page 2 to get to PJ's grade. You need to go all the way to 54 to find PJ. And it's 29.5 grade.
It's a 29.5. So I think he's better than that at this point.